Well, good evening, afternoon, or morning, depending on where you are in the world. For me, it's the evening, just gone 7 o'clock. Welcome to Warhammer Wednesday. We'll be streaming for a couple of hours this evening, probably up until around about, I want to say, 9:30ish, maybe a tad later. We'll wait and see how it all goes. I can see there are a number of you already bouncing into the chat box. I'll make my way over to chat in just a moment. But like I say, welcome to the very first edition of Warhammer Wednesday, where we'll be streaming, painting for a couple of hours. And this is something that I plan on doing every other Wednesday. And then the other Wednesday, where I'm not live streaming, the plan is to bring you guys a video of sorts. So it could be a painting video from something that we've done on the channel. A Chaplain, for example, that's a series that I've been talking about for quite a while. Alternatively, it could be a lore reaction video as well. I've got a number of different ideas as to what I can do every other Wednesday, alternating depending on which one it is. And just before I get to the chat box to say hello to everyone that has bundled in nice and early, do let me know if the music in the background is too loud compared to my voice. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. So let's head over to the chat. We have Eddie. Welcome to the chat, my friend. I know you'll be joining me later on Discord, so thank you very much for popping in. I know you're busy. We also have Leo from Denmark. Thank you very much for stopping by and saying hello to the chat. We also have Lucky Joe. Thank you very much. Primarch Lowen, a new returning viewer. Thank you very much for putting up with me yet again this evening. We also have Total Narratives. Good evening, chappers, as he says. Starting to grow a list of nicknames on the channel now, from JC to Chappy to now Chappers, as well as Chaplain, of course, the name of the channel. Leo goes on to say that he is from Denmark. Like to see where we're going. Fun. Absolutely. That's the name of the game. And finally, and I'm sure it won't be the last person we see this evening, Sleety. Yo, how are we all doing? I'm doing great. Chat looks like it's doing great. Bo, the co-host here this evening, the main star of the show, the reason you guys really tune in every time I stream, she's here too. Most importantly though, guys, I hope everyone is doing well tonight. And thanks again, like I say, for tuning in and watching me and Bo do a little bit of Warhammer. In terms of what's on the agenda this evening, we have this Captain from the Armageddon box. I'm still making my way through the Armageddon box. This is the first Space Marine from the box that I've painted, and we've gone with Ultramarines. I know for some people it's a bit of a sore subject, the old Ultramarines, but with Space Marine 2 being my sort of gateway into the hobby, we like Ultramarines around here. Maybe I'll move on to a different chapter in a few years, once I've scratched that itch from an Ultramarines point of view. But Ultramarines, they are welcome around here. They really, really, really are. So yeah, we made a start last time. We got down the two thin coats of blue. We used the Ultramarine blue from Army Painter. Now that it's dried, I have noticed a few little white speckly bits on the model, and that is something that I've come to realise with undercoating or priming in white is I think I have a preference now. As it stands at the moment, I think for Space Marines I prefer a black or darker primer. Whereas with the Ork that I painted the other day, I did actually much prefer using the lighter, not exactly white, but an off-white. We got started with the first coat of red on the cape. There were a few areas that we missed, but we only got one coat down, so we will be adding a second coat to the red today. We've got to obviously get some red on the tassel. There's some red on the front here as well that we need to get down, but there'll be lots of metallics this evening as well. There's lots of gold that we need to apply to this model, from the shield, the helmet, the sword, the knee pads, the Aquila obviously on his chest. So lots of work to be done, lots and lots and lots of work to be done. Can I be bold to ask you where you're from? Not to be open if not. No, of course. I'm from the UK. I'm sure you can probably tell by my accent that I'm from the UK. Originally from London, although I moved to South Wales about nearly 15 years ago now. I'll be working on my Ancient next. Lowen, I think you might have mentioned that in the Discord, didn't you? Is that the Ancient from the Armageddon box? And just like me and Sleety, I think you're going Ultramarines as well. From the pictures you've posted in Discord, I get the feeling that we're very much a Ultramarines are okay type of crew around here, by the looks of things. My dog Bo is very excited as always. She was not stop clawing at my legs as I'm doing my introductions. So now that we've started the stream, one last thing to mention before we get cracking. It wouldn't be a chappy stream if we didn't mention it. Do smash the like button if you haven't done already. I know I don't really need to ask you guys. You guys absolutely smash it every single time with the likes. So I really, really do appreciate that. But if you're new around here, why not think about smashing the like button if you're enjoying. Also, if you're new around here and you haven't subscribed, I'm looking to stream sort of once or twice a week, alternating with a video on the other week where I'm only streaming once. And if you do want to support the channel beyond liking and subscribing, memberships are available, but you don't have to. That's just if you want to support the channel beyond watching, liking and subscribing, which for me is absolutely more than enough. Me spending time with you guys is where it's at. That's where the fun is at. So thank you very much for coming along. Now I've got that shameless plug out the way. Let's get cracking with some painting after I've asked my dog here to stop biting at me. Right, come on, Bo, over there now. No more, no more, no more, no more, no more, no more, no more. Right, let's get some paint down. Let's get the old paintbrush wet. Gore, I'm not coming back to this one. That was 50% extra. 50% extra what? What have I done? What have I done wrong? Alright, my dog is going absolutely crazy. And she probably wants to... For you regular viewers, you know exactly why she's going crazy. I think she knows now that when I stream, she gets a certain something in return. So she'll have to earn it. So come on, down. Down, down, down. No. No. Down. No. 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 There we are. I'm having to tell the old doggo off. Right. Like I said, right. No. No, no, no. Come on. Right. No. No. Down. Right. So we are going to kick off with $15 versus the normal $10 I pay for my... Oh, right. Okay. I wondered what you were referring to then. It was like your own little thing that you had going on there, Eddie. Right. So we need to get some metallics down. But we also need to finish off the red. So I think that's probably where we're going to start, is by cracking down some corn red. Some corn red is what we use to paint the cape, and there are a few other red bits on the model as well that we need to get the first layer in, I think. So let's start off with some corn red. Get some of that down on the old palette. Probably going to need a good dollop of red actually, because the cape is pretty big, to be honest with you. And there's like a red bit of rope across his chest. and also there is a bit of red on the back of his power pack as well. So we are going to need to get a bit of red down. So Danish military stood shoulder to shoulder. Lynn Aston, Musa Quella made some tight bonds between Brits and Danes. We have a good bond with you. Oh, that's nice. I didn't know that. I'm not sure if you were here for the last stream, Leo, or maybe the stream before that. I know there was a lot of history talk in the chat. So I'm not sure if you were there for that, but there was a lot of talk, a lot of history talk. Not that I've got anything against it, you know, each to their own. We talk about all sorts of different things on this channel, especially when Eddie's round. Eddie certainly brings the entertainment when it comes to fun facts. Every half an hour or so, I end up having to pop away from the camera to sort the dog out, or maybe go grab a drink, for example. And Eddie shares his wonderful, wonderful facts with everyone. Eddie should be joining us at some point this evening after he's back from the shop, and I'm sure if I need a break for a drink, the dog, the toilet, whatever, I'm sure he'll share with us some more wonderful facts this evening. Also as well, I don't want to jinx anything here, but for you guys that are regular viewers, especially for those of you that tuned into the last painting stream, you will realise that we didn't do a painting stream over the weekend because the camera wasn't playing fair, shall we say. It was stuttering here, there and everywhere. The good news is, it looks like I say, I'm hoping I don't jinx it now, it looks like the stuttering has been fixed. I can't see any. I did a test over the weekend on the Sunday to see if it had stopped. There are a number of different things that I needed to do in order to stop the stuttering. So I uninstalled the app from my phone firstly, and then reinstalled it. I downloaded a whole bunch of new drivers on the laptop as well, done a whole bunch of updates on the laptop, updates on my OBS. Obviously one of the above has fixed it. I don't know which one it was, but I just basically did everything. And it looks like, fingers crossed, we're good now. Inferno, how are we doing, my friend? Thank you very much for coming along. How are you doing this evening? Thank you very much for stopping by and showing your support like always. Very kind of you. So a question to chat, I suppose, as well, is what are you guys up to this evening? Are you just having a bit of a chill? Are you working on some Warhammer projects of your own? Are you maybe playing some video games, potentially? It might be a different project altogether, actually. Could be a non-Warhammer related project. Could be D&D, Star Wars. What is everyone working on, if anything? Maybe you're just chilling. Maybe you're just chilling. Let me know either way how you're getting on. And what you're getting on with as well. I'm always keen to know what people are painting, what projects they're working on. We might need another coat on this. I've realised as I'm applying it, the first coat went down very patchy, which is not ideal. And as I'm applying the second coat, some of that patchiness is seeping through, where I'm assuming I'm not applying the paint as thick in some areas compared to others. I don't know if it's because I'm rushing it, I'm not applying enough paint to my brush, maybe I've watered down the paint's too much. I think I'd prefer to water them down too much than not enough, if I'm being honest with you, because you can tell straight away the thickness of the paint, can't you? I know I'm actually touching some of the blue. It's the red that I'm worried about with this. I know it looks like a bit of a messy job, but the tidying up of the blue is going to be a lot easier than the tidying up of the red on this. Slowly chipping away at my Death Guard backlog. Nice, 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 nice. I don't think we have many pictures of Death Guard in the Discord, actually. I think Lowen mentioned potentially painting some Death Guard up next. I think you shared a combat patrol box, didn't you, in the Discord earlier, Lowen, if you're still in the chat. So feel free to post your pictures of any progress or work in progress that you have, because yeah, we don't have many Death Guard, if any, if I'm being honest with you. Walking home laughing at all the electrical stuff with big aluminium wire stickers. Easily entertained then, are we, old Eddie? Yeah, it doesn't seem to be showing up on the camera too much. What I think is patchiness. So it doesn't look too bad on camera, but to the old eye here, yeah, it doesn't look great. But I think I might have mentioned this in one of my last streams. I'm very much a trust the process painter. It will look messy. It won't look pretty to start with. Oh, awesome total narratives. That would be really, really, really cool. I'm always looking for inspiration, see, because in the future I will be looking to paint a Traitor Legion, if you want to call it that, myself. My current pick for Traitor Legion, although they're not classed as a Legion, are they? Or are they classed as a Legion? You let me know, guys, in the chat. Are Red Corsairs classed as their own Legion? With the way Warhammer lore is set up, would you say that they're their own Legion? Because that's who I'm leaning towards in terms of painting from a traitor point of view. Because technically, they were the good guys, if Space Marines are the good guys in this universe. They were Astro Claws, weren't they, at first? So, yeah, are they classed as a Traitor Legion, or are they classed as something else? Because they weren't part of the original group, if that makes sense. And you know what I mean by original group. As in the original 20. Because they're a second founding chapter, are they not? Red Corsairs are a war band. There we are. That makes sense. Not a legion. They're more of a rogue war band. You can consider them a legion if you want, but not in the sense of being one of the original 20 legions created by the Emperor. Yeah, there we are. I took the words right out of my mouth. So, yeah, I think if I was to do a legion from the original 20, shall we say, Traitor Legion, I would probably go with World Eaters. I like the red and gold. Obviously, the skulls. I love the aesthetic of skulls. Sleety coming in there with a very good 20 question mark. Well, it is 18. It is 18 because we don't talk about the other two, do we? We don't talk about, is it number 2 and number 11? Am I right in saying that? Has the knowledge, have I retained the knowledge from the videos, the bricky videos that I've watched? That is the question. I wonder. I'm waiting for someone to say something now after I said that. I'm just waiting for the comments to filter through. I knew that the cape was going to take a lot of paint. It looks like I'm going to have to put some more paint down. I didn't put a lot, to be honest with you. No, no one said anything yet. No one has said anything yet. Still waiting. Still waiting. Here we go. How many Primarchs are there? 18, 19, 20 or 21? Technically, there's 21. Technically, there is 21. Or there was. There was. Should I say? Not is, was. Now there's only 18. Correct? Someone, please put me out of my misery. Sleety, 2nd and 11th Legions. Yeah, lovely jubbly. That knowledge is being retained. That's what I like to hear. I'm watching these videos and the knowledge is staying with me. Oh, my dog's growling. Swiggy Swoosh, good afternoon to you too, sir. How are we doing this evening? Thank you very much for popping along and showing your support like always. What are you up to? What are you up to? What did I just show up to? We're having a debate about the number of legions. Oh, is the music eerie, is it? Oh, let's get that turned right down. All right, puppy. Down, down, down. I also need to get some more red paint on the old brush. Let me change the music up. Oh, my dog's being his usual dog. Okay, right, down, down, down. Yeah, the music is from a Warhammer music lore. Well, let me start again. The music is from a guy who does music for Warhammer lore channels. And he gave me permission to use the music on this channel. So it's a bit of a mixed bunch from eerie stuff to not so eerie stuff, if you will. Scuff Muffing Puppy. Yeah, absolutely. She is here to show everyone that she is the star of the show, of course. Sleety says, well, 10 traitor and 9 loyal. Correct, from what I understand. Didn't one of the traitor Primarchs from Night Lords get killed, though? Or supposed to be? I might be wrong, because I'm still new to the lore, so please do correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Down, 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 down. Nope. Just telling my dog no. Otherwise, no. Down, down, down. Come on, be a good girl. I won't be able to get any painting done otherwise, will I? Right, come on, no, come on down. Oh dear. Loves the attention, don't you? No, no, no. Can't have that. Can't have that, silly. No, no, no. You can't have the model. Can't have that. Right, I think it's that time again where we set a quick goal on the channel whilst I'm drying my brush. 2 seconds whilst we do one. Okay, there we go. There we go. Goal created. Your hands turned into puppy hands. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm secretly, you can see it now on the desk, right? Secretly a puppy in disguise. Because we know nothing about them. Ah, I see. Yes, ignoring the 2nd and 20th, of course. Yes. 20th Legion, Chapter 2. To clarify, there's of course 2 redacted Primarchs, 18 and 20, but there's evidence that Alfarius and Omegan's split is itself another fiction. So they're all right and they're all wrong. Yeah, so this is where the lore gets interesting with regards to the number of Primarchs, right? So, yes, interesting to say the least. It always creates debate, I've noticed as well. Right, down, 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 down. Right, no more. No. 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 Having to listen to me tell my dog no repeatedly. Because she's up at my legs. Right, so looking at the camera, the cape looks pretty good. Consistency of the paint looks pretty good as well. Right, no, down. Down, down, down. We just need to add a little bit more to the back of the cape to smooth out the consistency here. But yeah, we do like to talk about lore, I've noticed quite a bit in chat every time we stream, which is quite nice. And I'm Spartacus. See? That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Layering up this red paint bit by bit. So we've got some nice consistency here. This should be the last layer on the back, or should I say the inside, because the outside of the cape looks pretty good from a consistency point of view, which is quite good, quite nice. Don't think I'm going to need to add any more layers because we don't want the paint to come across or look like it's too thick now, do we? No, not at all. Not at all. Dun, dun, dun. And then at some stage, once we've got the base coats in for all the other colours, we can look at going back and correcting the mistakes that I've made. Because, for example, the red that I'm applying now has got on the blue quite a bit in some areas. Not all areas. I can see there's some around the backpack, around the shoulders in there, behind his neck. There's a little bit of red around here, which is fine because I'm going to cover that up with gold anyway. And the majority, I think there's a bit of red there on the inside of his arm. I think from a red point of view, we're pretty good. We do have a few other bits and bobs that we need to get based in, of course. Add a bit of yellow into the red to brighten it for the highlights. Purple wash for the recesses. Yes, that is what we're going to need to do at some point. Get the highlights done for the cape and then also the blue as well. So I'm probably going to get all the base colours down first and then we'll look at recesses and highlights. And of course, I'm going to be looking for your guidance, Eddie, like always. Booting up now. Lovely. Drop me a message when you're ready. And I will turn the music off and get chat going for Discord. It's Schrodinger's Primarch. If the 20th can have 2 Primarchs, maybe the 2nd or 11th could could have more Primarchs. Maybe the 2nd or 11th could have more than 2, since we'll never know. I presume there's an infinite number of Primarchs. That's a good way of looking at it, actually. I like that. Schrodinger's Primarch. That's a very good way to phrase it. That's awesome. Sleety's just said the same thing in chat as well. Schrodinger's Primarch. Very good way of phrasing it. Alpha just makes me think of the end of the OG film. And Eddie's also in agreement with the old Schrodinger's Primarch. Lovely jubbly. Well put. Well put indeed. Okay, so we are going to need to get some red down on these ropes, tassels, whatever you want to call them. We are going to need to get some red down on them. Much rather get the red down now, because I think it'll be easier to put the gold on, to be honest with you, afterwards. As per always, guys, you can tell when I'm concentrating because I go very quiet. Trying to focus on the old eyes. Could have potentially have used a smaller brush for this because it is quite awkward. And in saying that, I might actually use a smaller brush for the gold when I eventually apply it. This is fiddly, to say the least. Very fiddly. Very nice though. We gotta like these details. If anyone has dropped something in the chat, I do apologise. I will get to it just in a second. Righty then. Swiggy Swoosh, same. I go quiet when painting something difficult. Yeah, absolutely. The finer details of the bits that I'm still getting used to at the moment. Chucking down the base layers for anything else is pretty straightforward, which I imagine is the same for most people. So like this bit here now, for example, because there's nothing, no obstructions or until I get to this bit here, which is fine if I go over actually, because I haven't actually put down any paint on the bits either side, so it's not as bad. But I have thinned down the paint quite a bit, and there are parts of this now that I can see from the rope point of view, sorry, where I am going to have to add a second layer. So like on these bits, for example, the tassely bits on the end, I'm definitely going to need to add a second layer. Not so much on these bits. Oh, actually, now that it's drying, I can see that, yeah, probably will. And, as I say, I'm definitely going to use a smaller brush for the Chestaquilla. I couldn't get my words out then. Oh, have you sent me a message? Oh, dear God. Typical, innit, that? Right, give me 30 seconds. Let me give the old brush a wash now. I see. I wasn't going to say anything, Eddie, about it being my camera, but you've said it now, so you've dropped yourself in it. I was gonna keep quiet. I wasn't gonna say anything. Right, let me get my headphones in, and then we can welcome old Eddie boy to the chat or to the stream. Just after my dog decides to claw for my attention even more. Right, down. No. Come on, down. Right, let me turn Spotify off real quick. And then... Okay, Spotify is done. Where are we? Hello.
Good morning, sir.
How are we doing on this fine morning / evening, depending on who everyone is?
I'm kind of laughing. My wife is just all over the fucking place today.
Nice.
So, on that note, she's actually on her way back home now. And depending on when she gets here, I may have to take off right away when she gets here so that I can go run an errand before she has to leave again. Because she's trying to take my boy to the pool, but it's turning into this giant fucking fiasco.
Nice. That sounds like fun.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that indeed. And whilst Eddie has just given us a lovely update on the mess of his life this evening or this morning, did everyone hear it, more importantly? And the reason I'm asking is I want to make sure that it's connected to the stream. So someone please confirm, because I have
That's true. And still...
It says you're on. Like, according to my OBS, it says that you're here, you're live. It's coming through, but I did have to
You're getting audio levels.
Yeah, I had to reset like everything. I'm not sure if you were in the chat box when I mentioned.
Yeah, I heard.
Oh, you did. Yeah, I literally because I didn't know, like, and my friend like had absolutely no idea. Like, we couldn't work out what the issue was at all. Because as I said in the last stream when it started happening, like, I hadn't changed anything. Like, I hadn't changed the settings. I hadn't changed. There was like no updates or nothing. That was like, it's really weird. So it's working now, though. Most importantly, so I'm gonna don't want to.
It may have just gotten bogged down with junk data.
Maybe. And the good news is everyone is saying that you're coming through loud and clear in the chat, which is good. Right, you, Missy, you need to get down and stop chewing on my hands. No, down.
Play with levels today.
Righty then. Also, very quickly before we crack on, no, you can get down. Down, you, Missy. Down. Don't you bark at me and tell me off. I'm supposed to tell you off. Yeah. Sorry, yeah, very, very quickly, I've just seen that Lappy has joined the chat. So good evening to Lappy. And I also wanted to say thank you to Lappy as well, as we did with Frankie and Sleety previously, as she became a member. I believe yesterday evening. I had a notification mid-morning today that you had become a member. So thank you very much for becoming a member of the channel and showing your support. It is much appreciated. And hopefully you can now enjoy some of the benefits that are currently in place, as well as benefits that we have planned for members as well. And if anyone is interested in learning more about memberships and supporting the channel beyond liking, subscribing, watching, all that good stuff, there is a button on the channel to go and have a look. I don't want to push it too hard because I don't want it to come across as salesy, so you just go and check it out if you feel like you want to. But apart from that, I am done with the shameless plug and saying thank you to Lappy. And now my dog's on me again. All right, down we get. Come on. No, down. Down. No, stop being naughty. Right, so now we need to get some red on the tassel at the back. Or do we put it in brown? Glad that you're part of the crew. Or what? Bright yellow.
Most of the ropes and tassels and things like that on Ultramarines are usually bright yellow.
Oh, no way. I've just painted the one on the front bloody red.
There's nothing wrong with that. Go with red then. That red's perfectly
Oh,
fine.
no. Oh, where's my reference picture? Yeah, the reason I wanted to paint the one on the back different is because it hangs over the cape, which is already red. So I was kind of like, right, I'll do the one on the front red because all of the pictures I've seen of people painting him, it's red, but no one has pictures of the bloody mini from the back.
That's because that's 50% you don't have to paint if you only take pictures from the front.
If you only take pictures from the front, no one needs to worry about the junk in the back. So, because I missed out a bit of brown last time, I'm going to get brown back out. The old Rhinox hide. Glad to be here. Not going to be here long today. Got D&D in about half an hour. Oh, nice. Lovely little D&D session. Are there any details that you can share about the D&D session that you have coming up?
Be the problem that every DM dreads.
Yeah, that's a good point. Are you the DM? Are you going to be a problematic DM? Are you a character? If so, who's your character? What's the story? Is it a new campaign? Are you continuing a campaign? What's the crack? Right, let me close the lid on my bloody paint before it dries out like a tit. Seen too many people make that mistake online. I am the DM, yes. Well, in that case, that's about as far as my knowledge goes. However, Eddie, from what I've seen on Discord, created some rather funny scenarios as a DM, to put it politely. So I'll hand this over to Eddie to give you some of his wisdom and knowledge about being a DM.
I'm a forever DM. I never get to play.
Oh dear.
Legit, I think the last time I played, Clinton was probably in office, so that would have been
Jesus,
early
yeah,
mid-90s.
that's a long time ago. Down. No more. Right, I just realised I need to paint the old, I've forgotten what it's called now, that brush on his helmet.
I remember when D&D was a board game that came with a videotape.
Jesus. You really are showing your age now, aren't you?
Yeah.
I don't think you're that much older than me, though. Are you early 40s?
That's a good question and one that merits an answer. On that note, so I actually got my brother's old Castle Grayskull recently, and I'm trading it for Combat Patrol. And when I was talking to the guy about the trade, I was like, yeah, I'm actually really amazed at how good a condition this thing is in, because it's been like, it's been 40 years.
Oh, shit.
Holy shit, it's been 40 years. And I was just like, I had a small moment of existential crisis, and I'm just like, I'm fucking old.
Oh, no.
So yeah, it's been fun the past couple of days.
Good old reminder
but
of
hey,
age.
At least I'm getting a bunch of crude out of it.
A crude?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I have not seen many crude before.
How to make them look underwater. That's because up until the latest edition, if you wanted to play Crute, your army had to be 100% Crute. Otherwise, you were just wasting points. And so you didn't see a lot of people play them because the 100% Crute list wasn't actually very good.
Are they Horde as well?
Huh?
Are they Horde army as well? Like, you've got to have loads of the bastards.
If you run them as a pure Crute force, that's one way you can do it, or you can focus on the Crutox and the like more big bruisery Crute, but it's just... That's why you didn't really see very much of it, because it was an all or nothing type situation, but now that's no longer the case, and I was like, well, it's about time I finally replaced my old Crute from, like, 6th edition, I think, is when my Crute are from.
Oh, bloody hell.
So I was like, yeah, I could replace those.
Oh, nice.
I gotta figure out how to make them look like they're swimming now.
Interesting.
Well, because they're part of Tau, so they're going to be part of the underwater force.
Yeah, that's actually where I saw them for the first time. I seen someone talking about them being part of a Tau army. I think it was about a month ago, actually. I can't remember who it was now. Something on YouTube I'd seen. But, yeah, that's where I heard they were a Horde army as well. But who knows what will change in 11th edition with all the codexes and stuff.
Well, it's I mean, as far as role balance is concerned, that's neither here nor there, but it's more so
Oh.
the way that detachments are structured now,
Mm.
you're no longer punished for not hyper focusing. You can have a split in your army and you're not wasting your army rule on half your army.
Okay.
So you can do shit like half Tau, half Kroot, and it actually functions now. Now, if you did that in the past, you could take all the rules that would affect Tau units,
Yeah.
but then everything that you had on the field that was Kroot wasn't affected by that. Or you could take the rules that affected all the Kroot units, but then everything that you had on the field that was Tau wasn't affected by that. And so you were just kind of screwed unless you hyper specialized. But now, because you can take multiple detachments, you can go, oh, okay, this detachment's for my Tau side of the force, this detachment affects my Kroot side of the force, and I can take them both at the same time.
Okay. Interesting.
Yes, Lappy nailed the nail on the head. That's exactly how you end up as a forever DM. You do it once, your friends have a lot of fun. Maybe even once in a while, one of them will crop up and go, "Yeah, I'll try DMing," and you'll run one session with them, and they're like, "No, I can't do it as good as you," and then you never get to play again.
Oh,
That's just,
right.
I mean,
Okay.
but on the flip side, like the other side of that is, and I guess I came to peace with the fact that I'm a forever DM is I do get to play because I'm playing literally everyone that's not the player characters. So like I do get to play, and I arguably get to play more because I'm playing so many more different characters than they are. But it's just like there are times where I'm like, man, I've got a really cool idea for a giant chicken monk that I really want to run, and just I never get to play.
Yeah. The brutal side of being
uh,
good at what you do.
yeah. Players are following signs in a very dark forest while the forest is trying desperately to stop them. False hope is always the easiest way to turn people around in situations like that, Lappy. So you want to give them like what appears to be a clearing upcoming, but so basically face them with a choice. One looks less optimal, and then one looks like it leads towards something like sunlight, but sunlight actually leads them further into the forest, while the one that looks less optimal is the one that actually starts to lead them towards out. Those kinds of false flags are great ways to get players just kind of locked and lost and fighting with themselves in that. My other favorite thing to do in Dark Forest to players, if you just want to torture all your friends, is after their next long rest, pick one player and hand them a note that has written on it, "I will give you a +3 longsword if you say nothing,"
You're a
and just
bastard.
watch the party tear itself apart.
Oh, no. You're a bad man.
Or alternatively, you can hand all of them a slip of paper after a long rest, and on every single one of them it says, "When you are not the doppelganger," and just leave it at that, and have them all have a slip of paper that says that, but they're not going to talk to each other. They're just going to accuse each other constantly being the doppelganger and just watch them tear each other apart. Shit's hilarious.
Hmm. Yeah, I can see how that gets out of hand. And
I've
quick.
been DMing too long. I torture my players.
You should stream it. That'd be even more hilarious. Popcorn out
Oh,
the
I
lot.
haven't DM'd in a while.
Dust the old cobwebs off. Dun, dun, dun. So many purity seals.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me, Swiggy. A lot of DM traps and kind of jokes that we play on players have been around since the 80s. But it was one of those things that it was just kind of verbally passed and swapped from DM to DM until recently, until like the proliferation of social media and Dungeons and Dragons entering the public zeitgeist, because it was never in the public zeitgeist before.
Okay, those I've made an absolute mess of those purity seals, but who cares? Because I can tidy them up. I'm not ignoring chat, guys. I know that Eddie's answering all of your D&D questions. Because if you think my Warhammer knowledge is bad, Jesus Christ, my D&D knowledge is basically non-existent.
Now, I will say I haven't touched D&D since 3.5. And they're in 5th edition now.
Again, see, I wouldn't even know that. You could tell me you're in 20th edition, I'd just be like, yep.
Actually, I think they're in 5.5 now.
So they keep catching glimpses of a mystical white heart that is luring them on, and they manage to get up to the canopy to see there is indeed a clearing ahead. Okay, similar to the scenario that you mentioned as well there, Eddie, isn't it? And Lappy mentions 5.5. Sleety, I'm in the same boat. I've seen the movie as well. I didn't get half the references.
I want to give massive credit to the movie for 2 reasons. One, it is one of the few examples that I've ever seen where armor functions how armor is supposed to function in the film.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it's one of the only instances I've ever seen like that in a movie, where it's not this impenetrable shield, or alternatively the slightest breeze goes through it and there's no in between. Like they handle armor very realistically for the fight scenes, and I really appreciated that about the film. And then I also really appreciate that for all the fight scenes, if you map it out, they're actual Dungeons and Dragons turns.
See, because I
Like, they
don't know
follow
enough
the
about the
rule.
game and how the game functions, I wouldn't get, wouldn't understand that side of it, if that makes sense. Like, I just had to appreciate the film for what it was,
Yeah,
as
yeah,
opposed
no,
to
and
like,
that's what I mean. So, like,
yeah,
as someone who is a fan, like, if you really break it down, you can actually plot out, and they actually follow the rules of the game for all of the combats,
oh, that's
to where
good.
you can actually time it out and plot it out and see every action that every character takes, and like plot it out to the rule in the game. Like, they were very methodical about the
That's good.
choreography for their fights. Yeah, it was awesome. Like, I have to give credit to the movie for that respect.
Oh, that is good. I like that when they really sort of lean into the source material, if you want to call it that, and the lore and so on and so forth. Chat seems to agree as well. Lappy says the movie was great, really enjoyed it. Swiggy says movie was hilarious. Family didn't think so. Then again, they aren't into D&D. Yeah, exactly that. It's one of those, isn't it, where it's like, I obviously watched D&D because I like the hobbies in a overall more broader term, and that sort of fantasy setting as well in terms of movies. I watch a lot of fantasy and sci-fi movies, TV shows. I literally live in that space outside of actually doing the hobby. So I'm not sure it's fantasy as such, and I'm sure this is probably another debate as to whether people enjoyed it or not. But I watched Odyssey the other day because that's like Greek mythology. Am I right in thinking that?
Yeah, that's fantasy.
Yeah, because it's interesting because they say it's like the follow-on of what happened in the movie Troy. Because in Troy, there wasn't really any like Greek mythology as such in terms of like witches, creatures, so on and so forth. Was there? Whereas Odyssey, I don't know if you've seen it yourself, but there is.
I haven't seen it, but I've read it.
Oh, there we are. So you know then that there are. So I'm
Yeah.
not going to say anything about what actually happens because a lot of what I've just mentioned there is actually in the trailer, which I'm assuming the way the film has been shoved down everyone's throat over the last 3 months. Most people, if not nearly everyone, will have seen the trailer. So I'm not spoiling anything, and I won't spoil anything for anyone if they haven't seen it yet. But yeah, I watched the Star Wars movie
So,
as well the other day. I know it's not fantasy, but it's sci-fi. But yeah, this.
technically, you can think of it as the continuation of the story of Troy, because they're technically part of the same volume of epic poems. You got the Odyssey, the Iliad, and Troy.
Yeah,
But it's mashing together mythology and history when you do
yeah,
that, and
exactly
so
that.
it's one of those things that you have to approach with a very, very tentative step.
Yeah, I just watched it for what it was, as opposed to it
Yeah,
being accurate. Um, just
be
to
a filter, not a sponge.
yeah, exactly. Just appreciate for what it is, as such, and nothing more than that. Because I did see there were a lot of people. It was very much there was no in between with the reviews. After I watched the film, I had a look at the reviews, and they're very kind of like people absolutely love it or they absolutely hate it. So, but I didn't mind it at all, to be honest with you. Um, What have we got here? Yeah, the
That's
turn
Christopher
thing.
Nolan, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Not historically accurate. It's based on the book. Oh, there we are. I haven't read the book to know. Eddie has. So Eddie will know more on that front than I will. Apparently there is a
Really? That wasn't required reading?
apparently there is a script written for a sequel for D&D movie, but no idea when anything is going to happen with it. I guess scheduling is always the real enemy of D&D. Yeah, absolutely. And if you guys are saying as D&D fans that you enjoyed the movie, I'm going to assume that a lot of other D&D fans enjoyed the movie as well. So why not make a second one, or multiple movies for that matter? Frankie, how are we doing, my friend? I hope you're doing very, very well. Thank you for coming along and showing your support like always. What are you up to? I'm going to say this afternoon. I'm pretty sure I remember you being US based. Swiggy just finished some fan art. Nice, nice, nice. Get it in the Discord like always, my friend.
Somebody finally posted a space dwarf. I was so happy.
When?
Like an hour ago, maybe?
Oh, do you know what? Because I got home, I got home from work at like 5:30, and then I had to help the missus with a few things. Then I had tea, and then I set up the stream. So I haven't had a chance to look at the Discord yet. So if anyone has posted anything or tagged me in something actually, or atted me on Discord, I do apologise. I'm not ignoring you.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I am.
He told me.
I'm a bastard. Yeah, it was either.
I mean, I didn't want to say anything about your parentage.
It was either focus on that or stream, and I know you guys would prefer for me to stream so we can all chill together. All right, now the base colours are going down. It's starting to come together nicely. Doing well. I'm about to get some lunch. Caught the stream just before my break. Oh well, I know that you're working. I know during the week when you're working and I stream, you often pop in to just say hello and show your support, and I really do appreciate it, Frankie. Thank you very much. Much appreciated indeed. Swiggy, not the best, but I did it in like 20 minutes. Oh, it doesn't matter. No worries at all. Oh no, my artwork in real life. Oh, nice. Yeah, as soon as the stream finishes, I will get the Discord up properly, and I will respond to everyone's posts and messages and ats and so on and so forth if anyone has tagged me and stuff. So, yeah, I don't want to rock the boat this evening. Normally, I'll be like checking Discord, bringing sites up and checking links and things like that. But after the last painting stream, after we had some stuttering issues, I've got minimal amount of tabs and background apps running at the moment just to make sure that nothing breaks. So, but I will respond. I promise. I really will. And I just realised I missed 2 purity seals on his little halo-y thing on the back of his power pack. Are they red? Are they supposed to?
Hate purity seals.
Yeah. I think they look
that's
cool.
That's exactly why I hate them.
They look cool, but they are a bitch when it comes to painting.
Because you always miss one, no matter what.
I've gone to open up the Rhinox hide now 3 times. So that I can finish off.
Probably open it.
Yeah, because I've missed brown on the sword, the sheath of the sword and the handle. Like an absolute... I don't know how I missed it, because there's literally those little brown dangly bits. Which now someone's going to turn into me saying something else, clearly. Which are right next to the sword. How I missed it, I don't know.
You'd be amazed how easy it is to just overlook little details like that. If it's not vaguely human-shaped, the human mind just kind of tunes it out.
I'm going to blame it on... That was the stream where we had the camera issues. So I'm going to blame the camera.
Oh yeah, that's a good scapegoat too.
So that's my excuse. That's my scapegoat. It's the camera's fault.
Or we can blame Fellas.
Fellas is always a good one.
Yeah, he's a good scapegoat.
I'm pretty sure he was lurking last time when we were streaming, because I remember Sleety was like, yeah, let's create a new channel on Discord so that we can share ideas about what I can react to next time. And if you remember, we went onto Discord and it just appeared. And then he'd posted that meme.
No, but remember we investigated it and we found out that
Winifred.
never remember their name. Winifred, thank you. I always want to say like Mark Sarth or something like that. I'm like, I know that's not right.
Yeah, but at the time we didn't realize that, did we? Because he'd posted a meme that was like, it's all falling into place, or it was like, whoa, what do you mean? So yeah, that was quite funny. What do you... Oh God, sorry, hold on. My dog's just put her face through the middle of my headphones then. Down. Right, sorry. Let's start again. What do you think Orks/Squigs taste like? I think someone's actually just put an answer in the chat that I agree with. Leah Lappy, I agree with you. I'm going to say mushrooms. I don't know why.
I'm going to counterpoint and say that they probably taste like trying to chew on a piece of moss.
Piece of moss? Yeah, no, that's another good one, actually. That's another good one. Mushrooms and moss. Very, very good. Personally, I think they taste like a mix of ham and sauteed shrooms. Ideally button shrooms. Okay. I'd never thought about it before.
Fat is where the flavor is, and there's not a lot of fat on Orks.
What do they grow from again?
Mushrooms.
Yeah. Question is, what part of green does it taste like?
That's why I imagine it tastes like a hunk of moss.
Yeah, so I see where you've gone with that one. Right, no more biting. No more biting. Alright, just cleaning off my brush good and proper before we get the old Rhinox hideout ready to play. What is the time?
Because other than gestation, they don't behave like mushrooms. They behave like lichen. So I imagine that that's what they would taste like. Biologically, they're much closer to moss than they are any mushroom.
Would a weird boy be like eating a magic mushroom? It's a good question. It's a good question. Psychedelic.
Change your life,
dude.
man.
It really would. Like some ham and barbecue chicken. I just really want barbecue chicken right now. If it makes you feel any better, I had bourbon barbecue chicken skewers for tea with salad. And they were delicious from the butchers.
You know, you make it really hard not to be racist every time you bring up tea.
What do you mean?
Just reinforcing some stereotypes.
Oh, right. Okay. Fair. The things HW will never tell us. GW, yeah, absolutely. The question is there any lore that points to someone having eaten an orc? I'm sure there is, but...
Yeah.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Even a space marine or a human?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's part of the whatever they call their tome of biology.
Really? Okay, interesting. Yeah. I wonder if there is I wonder if they give a description then of what it tastes like. Or as...
I think it just lists that it's poisonous and inadvisable.
Oh, Lappy says space wolves.
But yes, there are accounts of space wolves eating it as well. Space wolves eat almost all of their opponents because the part of the space marine genealogy that lets you absorb information from eating your foes is increased in them. So they have a higher rate of doing that.
Interesting. I wonder if it says then of the space wolves, apart from what you mentioned there, Eddie, about it being like non-advisable and poisonous. Beyond that, have they said anything else? Because I didn't even know that anyone had eaten it before. Swiggy says, I will make a dish. Send some my way. Do a taste test. Smoked squig. Sounds delicious.
It's like eating fugu fish.
Mmm. Yummy. Yum, 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 yummy. Right. Rhinoxide.
Pray to God that was prepared right.
Yeah. Let's hope it was. Right, we don't need much rhinoxide, only a tad. It will be ribs and a slab of ham. If I hadn't eaten already this evening, I may have gotten a little bit hungry, but I'm good at the moment.
I'm not a fan of ham, and I don't like getting messy when I eat.
No?
No, not a fan.
No, I don't mind ham. I don't have a problem with it.
I like bacon, but I don't like ham.
I don't mind getting messy either. Tucking into some good grub. With some button shrooms tossed around. Put green food dye on the mushrooms. Clearly we've got some hungry people in the chat. Some very... Yeah, Swiggy says he's starving. Right, let's get some...
Physical.
Physical.
Sorry, the autism's real.
Let it out. Let it all out. Okay, let's get the brown on this. Like I should have done the first time. Before...
Holy shit, I look up and I just see Swiggy, 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 Lappy, Swiggy, 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 take a deep breath, formulate your thoughts.
Oh, just had a kebab, nice. Excuse all the banging in the background.
Someone's not very good at Fortnite.
Oh, it's actually the missus getting in and out of the attic with the ladder, but being rather heavy-handed with the ladder coming down.
That sounds potentially dangerous.
Yeah, just a little bit.
She doesn't have power tools, right?
No, not that I can hear. Maybe give it 5 minutes before I start hearing some drilling and some sanding going off. But right now there are no loud electrical noises. Dum 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 dum. Just had a kebab. Oh yeah, I already read that one. Jesus Christ. Silly old me. Right, what colour are we doing? The old... I'm pretty sure it was... brown. Yeah, okay. Fired up Space Marine 2 for the first time in a while. And they have added loads. Yeah, do you know what? I haven't fired Space Marine 2 up in a while as well. I reckon I'd have loads to do. Haven't they just added another update like the other day for like salamanders?
Yeah. Actually, my favorite thing is they added 2 new PvP maps, and they unlocked a new tabard, a new piece of equipment. But you have to get 50 to 200 ranged kills in PvP, and I've been watching everybody lose their mind online because they suddenly have to play PvP mode, and I'm just like, I've been playing that the entire time. You guys are funny. Because they're all just bitching and complaining about all the problems that PvP has, which I'm not going to pretend like it doesn't have problems. It absolutely has problems.
Oh, of course, yeah. Most PvP games do.
But it's not, well... Space Marine 2's PvP is a special kind of problems.
I see.
For instance, most PvP games have some form of matchmaking and balancing. So, people get, like, roughly distributed between even teams. Like,
yeah.
Not usually, but at least kinda. That doesn't exist in Space Marine 2. It's literally just a queue system. So, first person who joins goes on Team 1, second person who joins goes on Team 2, third person who joins goes on Team 1.
Yeah, that's not going to work, is it?
So it's
fun.
And that's just like one example. But that's why people are losing their minds.
I never tried PvP. And I don't mind PvP games at all. Like I've played loads of PvP games. I was one of these suckers that played frickin' Warzone for many years with my brother and stuff. So I don't have a problem with PvP games. I don't know why I've never tried it.
I mean, I'm not going to pretend like it's a good PvP game, but I love it. I have a lot of fun with it.
Oh, that's all that matters. If you enjoy it, then we'll have to jump on at some point and have a game.
Most people's problem with it when you're very first starting out, it's very much a case of you and an opponent see each other, who pulled the trigger first. Because whoever pulled the trigger first, they're going to be the ones that kill the other, and they're going to be the ones that can continue running along. And when you first start out, every encounter boils down to that. Pretty much no matter your loadout, no matter what weapon you're using, that's what it boils down to.
Just
and so
reaction
a lot of people are
time.
like, this is crap. Yeah, this is crap, because that's what kind of game is that?
Yeah, it's not skill necessary, is it then?
Well, but you eventually get to a point where you realize, oh, the guys that are just running around stomping everybody are the ones who understand how to use their skills.
Yeah.
And so then it becomes a game of who can use their class skill the best, and how can you use your class skill to counter other people's class skills. And then the game gets a lot deeper from there. But you have to get past that shallow water first.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just don't, because if you compound that shallow water with the terrible matchmaking, the terrible peer-to-peer hosting, like there's no dedicated Space Marine 2 PvP servers. It's just whoever has the quote-unquote strongest connection, they're the host for everybody.
Nice.
So it's just like you're contingent on other people's internet connections, and it's just like there's problems.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and think that that's quite a big problem to fix. And rather than fix it for Space Marine 2, they're just going to put the right things in place ready for when Space Marine 3 comes out, because obviously that's already in development and has been for a while now. So to me, that makes the most logical sense, especially if people are moaning about it.
I have a feeling that they would have been more inclined to fix it for Space Marine 2. Like, I have a feeling these two PvP maps were them kind of testing the waters of, do people still want us to fix PvP?
Yeah.
But because everybody's having such a negative experience with it, and they're giving such harsh backlash, I have a feeling they're going to look at it and go, yeah, no, it's not worth it to fix for 2. Let's just wait till 3 and we'll fix it then.
That would make the most sense. Swiggy is making some hot dogs now, after making himself hungry. Wait, there's no matchmaking. That sounds horrible. LOL. Yeah, there's no. If you want to call it matchmaking, it's a very, very loose version of matchmaking.
They just added team shuffles. So after a round is done, if it was really one-sided, the game will automatically, quote-unquote, reshuffle the teams.
Yeah.
But it's completely random. It doesn't do it based on scores or anything like that, so...
Yeah, I suppose that's one way of maybe countering it a little bit. Lappy does go on to say that she's looking forward to Dawn of War 4, which I am as well. I know, Eddie, I know you're looking forward to Dawn of War 4. Comes out September, doesn't it?
Yep, and they have settled that they're going to be doing the yellow bolts for the last bolts, which makes me laugh.
Wasn't that something Fellas brought up as well before?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I was just sat there like, what are you guys on about?
He didn't want to get it because the last bolts weren't red. Which already everybody's like, that's going to be the first mod that's available in the mod shop. Like that's just something people are going to immediately mod because everybody wants the red lasers. But I just thought it was funny that they did settle and they were like, yeah, no, we're doing yellow.
They're just really digging their heels in with the choice they made, knowing that the mod community are going to do what they're going to do.
I have a feeling more so what it was easier to program because now you don't have to have a beam that travels in real time and has to be tracked like that. It's just hit register.
I see.
I have a feeling that's why it was done that way.
Fair. Swiggy says, I want a 40k horror game. There is so much material for one. I'm not aware of one now or being made, but again, my knowledge on this stuff isn't like, I'm no expert on all things Warhammer games. But I do, that would sound pretty cool, to be fair.
Dead Space is pretty close.
Yeah, Dead Space is pretty close. And funnily enough, I'm going to do a video on this potentially, or if not a short over the weekend, because Amazon and Henry Cavill, however the hell you say his bloody name, have just hired a guy called Mike Flanagan, who is a horror director for the Warhammer 40,000 series. And he is currently writing the script for the 40k series, and he is known as a horror director. So interesting. That's come out in their annual report, that has Games Workshop's annual report, which is available online. They also go on to say that they've nearly finished making Secret Level 2, which is based on Age of Sigmar. And they're also making a series for Amazon regarding the Death Watch. I read the report the other day. But I'm thinking about doing a video on this to go into a bit more detail for you guys. I'm sure a lot of you probably
Bye, Lappy.
Oh, Lappy's off, is she?
Yep.
No worries, Lappy. Thank you very much for coming along this evening and showing your support. Thank you once again for becoming a member this week, and enjoy your game of D&D later on. I'm sure you'll enjoy. You'll have to tell us all about it next time we stream, if not in the Discord. So please do share all the details. But yeah, thank you very much for coming along. Really much appreciated. Swiggy says that he doesn't like yellow lasgun bolts. Anyone see the GW finance report? Yeah, that's literally what I was just referencing, Sleet. Great minds think alike. Makes me think the Psycho Warriors and Pink Lasers, right? Oh, that's the one we just read, which means they've picked a story to tell. Yeah, Sleet, that's the bit that's interesting. What part of the timeline have they decided to start with? I watched a whole bunch of YouTube videos on this, and a lot of people think it's going to be the Scouring, but that's just purely guesswork. There's no information. It's not based on anything. And that's just, I think, what people want, really. If Space King wanted our lasers to be green, they'd be green. Hate Monger is one of the best characters. He certainly is. That's a good question for you guys.
Disagree.
Oh God. That's a question for you guys. Would you want to see? Would you want to see me watch? What's it called again? Space King, whatever the hell it's called. I know there's like 3 or 4 episodes of it.
I'm not a fan, but you do you.
Oh no, I'm not going to do. If the general consensus is don't do it.
Then... Oh, the general consensus will be absolutely do it.
Oh right, okay. Because I haven't seen it, and I know I've seen a lot of channels that react to Warhammer lore videos have also done reactions to Space King. So I just wondered if that was something people would be interested in, because I know that it isn't Warhammer as such, is it? It's like loosely with like the way it's drawn and the things that people talk about from what I've been told. Yeah. No, I haven't seen them before. I haven't. The people have just suggested.
That's my fundamental flaw with it. Why I'm not a fan.
Right.
Unfortunately, satire in today's age, and I blame Fight Club for this entirely. Satire has lost all meaning as a medium and an art form, because unfortunately people don't take it as satirical anymore. What ends up happening is they end up becoming such fans of the satire and how quote unquote funny it is that it ends up becoming a serious thing.
Oh.
So the point of satire is to poke fun at something and go, look how horrible this is.
Yeah.
You should be appalled at what's in front of you, and it's presented through the medium of humor. But that's the reaction you're supposed to have, is admiration. Yeah. You're supposed to be appalled at what you're seeing. But that's not what satire is anymore. Everybody just becomes hyper fans of satire, and they just think it's the funniest thing ever, and then they perpetuate the memes and the jokes, and that's what it becomes, to where it becomes serious in and of itself, even if people don't take it seriously. And so that's why I personally, I'm not a fan, because it's one of those things that it as soon as it was created, it fell into that trap that's so easy for satire to fall into now.
Oh, see, I'm none the wiser to any of this. I'm none the wiser at all.
And I blame Fight Club. I entirely blame Fight Club for doing it, because Fight Club was the piece of satire that everybody culturally like latched onto, and they were like, yeah, that's why Fight Club started after that movie came out, because everybody completely lost the fact that it was satire, and that the message that you were supposed to take away from it is, look how terrible these people are.
Yeah. Fair. Well, without having seen any of it, I don't know. I think when we mentioned
like I said,
before,
and as you can see in the chat, everybody really enjoys it. That's why I'm telling you. They'll tell you to react to it, because that's what satire's become. It breaks my heart.
Fair. So what do we reckon then, chat? Are we? They
want you to watch it. Look at the chat.
It's really funny. Really funny. Just quite mature or immature, I suppose. have you seen them before? No, I haven't seen them before. No, I've seen the thumbnails on YouTube that other people have reacted to them, alongside a lot of the Bricky videos, and then some other Warhammer lore videos as well. But I've not actually seen any of them. I've just seen that they're potentially quite popular. I've even been watching a live stream. I think it was the 4th one. It came out around Christmas. I want to say it came out around Christmas, and everyone was like spamming it in this guy's live chat, saying that the 4th episode just dropped, and I had absolutely no idea what anyone was talking about until like 2 months later, when someone told me to do a reaction video to Bricky's stuff, who again, I had no idea who Bricky was at the time when this guy was mentioning it in my chat. And I've sort of seen bits of it since then, in terms of like thumbnails and other people's thumbnails for reactions to it and that kind of thing. And I've kind of purposely stayed away from it now, as a kind of like, oh, should I react to that? So I've purposely stayed away so that I can potentially react to it if people think it's something that I should do. Sleety says, then hell yeah, you should, because they are a piss take. Yes, then that is the 4th. What about Astartes? Have you seen that yet? Yes, I've seen Astartes. I've got a reaction video to all but one of Bricky's lore videos. I've got a reaction video to the Astartes animation, and I've also got a reaction video to the secret level episode from Amazon, and that's all of my reaction videos. Yeah, 5 or 6, I think it's 5 Bricky videos, Astartes and secret level. Those are the only ones I've got reaction videos. They're in a playlist on the channel, all of them together. I can't wait for Astartes 2 now that it's been announced for December.
Oh, it finally got an official date?
Yeah, it got leaked online, and then GW had to announce it on their page.
I don't trust it then.
Oh no,
okay.
Yeah,
right.
They did it on. They haven't said when in December.
How fast I can shift there.
Yeah, it wasn't an exact date in December. It just says December 2026.
Yeah, Frankie. People constantly confuse parody with satire. So on that note, I would actually, if you want to watch something that is just parody of Warhammer, if the Emperor had a text-to-speech device is a much better consumption material for that, because it is an actual parody.
Oh, I've not heard of that.
At face value.
If you've got a link, then send it to me. I'll do a reaction to that as well. I don't mind. I'll do a reaction to anything.
But yeah, it's just satire, man. Because we lost it as an art form in the 1800s. That's why.
Yeah, Frankie says, it is funny, but Eddie is right. People think satire just means they made comedy out of it. I like, the more that you guys are saying these things now, the more I want to watch it. Because I have literally no idea. No, it's more a case of curiosity, because I have no idea what you guys are referring to right now. I'm like, right, okay. What's all the fuss about?
I never want to yuck anyone's yums, and I firmly believe that everyone should experience things for themselves.
Yeah.
But there is also value in going in an informed state.
Oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I completely agree. Swiggy says he cannot wait for Astartes 2 as well. Yeah, there's some pretty. Isn't this? We've got Astartes 2 coming out in December. Isn't there another animation other than the ones I mentioned? I know they mentioned the Death Watch one in the annual report. Then the secret level
Hammer
one.
And Bolter season 2 is supposed to be coming, right?
Was it? Do you remember when we watched, me and you done the reaction to the summer preview? Wasn't there like a Chaosy type animation in that as well?
Oh yeah, there's a World Eaters one coming.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that looks quite good.
And then there's also the Aeronautica Imperialis one that's coming as well.
Yeah, that looks good.
Imperium pilots versus Eldar pilots.
Oh, what's the other one that came out recently? The one with the,
why
sisters?
are they doing an animation for that if they killed the game?
Wasn't there a sisters one recently as well?
Penitent, but that one already came out.
Yeah, is that any good? Have you seen it?
I really enjoy it. Kind of a slow burn. It has the best pacing I could compare it to would be 28 Days Later, but without the emotional roller coaster.
Right. Because I haven't seen it yet. I've seen the trailer for it when they announced the trailer way back when, but I haven't actually watched it. But some people who have watched it have said it's good. So unfortunately, with stuff like that, annoyingly, I wouldn't be able to do reaction videos on it on YouTube because it would get copyright claimed to the back teeth.
You have to do Patreon for those.
Yeah, I would get absolutely battered with copyright and DMCAs and all sorts, which is really annoying because there's loads of really cool stuff that GW have done, which I would love to do reaction videos to, like Prior Nexus. I know the Blood Angels have got their own series as well, haven't they?
Very, very stylistic.
Yeah, and that looks pretty cool. And then there's loads of stuff. I've got a whole list written down somewhere. Like, I think there's one called Tithes, Hammer and Bolter, as you said. I've got a whole list written down somewhere. I would love to see the World Eaters one. I think the guys who made it did it because GW hit their cartoons they made about Warhammer with CR strikes. So exactly that, yeah. Which is a real shame because the guy that created Astartes, for example, is phenomenally talented. And he actually helped with the Secret Level episode as well, didn't he? He had a hand in that, apparently.
Yeah, and he's doing Astartes too. I mean, he literally he's one that shouldn't be used as an example in these conversations because I this is one of those ones that I'm kind of torn on both ends of. Purely because he landed his dream job. His ultimate goal is what he accomplished, and so like that's what he wanted out of his fan animation was ultimately to get a job with GW doing animations for them.
Yeah,
and that's what happened to him, and so like he's kind of an outlier. The other examples of the animators, I'm of two minds because it's free advertising, which is never a bad thing.
No.
But at the same time, knowing how tightly they control their IP and appreciating how tightly they control their IP, I understand why they want to nip even the good ones to prevent the bad ones from taking root.
Yeah, because there's another couple of animations that are quite well liked as well. I think there's Raptors, and then there's another one. Oh, I can't remember what it's called now. There's two others, actually. There's the one with the Chaplain on Armageddon.
Yeah, there's a few of them. Like, there's Deathcore Creek ones. There's the Sodaz is another animator. There's a few different ones that are out there. But you kind of almost have to ask yourself as, like, a company being self-aware and understanding, hey, our community, our customers are very, very creative. They're going to make fan shit of our shit if we let them. There is a small percentage, no matter how small it is, there is a known small percentage that have a very clear philosophical message that we do not agree with, and they use our game to sell it. Do we want to risk giving those people a voice? And as a company, you have to ask that question. And so as a consumer, stepping out of the company for a minute and as a fan, it really sucks losing animators like Sodaz. But at the same time, I have to go, but if that's the cost of never having to see neo-Nazi propaganda using Black Templars, then that's kind of a worthy price to me. Because I'm like, it's so easy to do that and shill those kinds of messages with this universe, and then it gets tainted for everyone.
Yeah.
If you let that happen. And so it's one of those things that's why I see both sides of it, where I'm like, people should be able to create the things they want to create, and like your IP is so big that like you can't really control that. But at the same time, I also understand the dangers that are inherent in that. And I'm like, so I see both sides.
Yeah, no, you make good points on both sides. You do. It sucks, but they're both very valid. We've missed a whole load of comments as well, saying that Swiggy said his hot dogs were delicious. Sleety says they employed him. Yes, they employed him. off the back of his good work, and he helped with the They Shall Not Know No Fear, or whatever it's called, secret level episode, and he's obviously creating the Astartes 2 animation as well. The Obscure Rambler, thank you very much for coming along and showing your support this evening. I hope you're well. What are you up to? What are you up to? Oh, sweet, you're working on your captain. Good time to tune in whilst cooking some pork chops. Very nice indeed. Like I say, thank you very much for coming along and showing your support. Swiggy says, sad that Yanovich got copyright striked. He was the sole source of Krieg animations. Obscure Rambler goes on to say they copyright striked him. Was that on? Right, I'm just going to go through some of your comments now, guys, because it's like between you guys talking to yourselves as opposed to me reading out every single comment. He was the reason you got into Warhammer. I am actually not aware of this, guys. So if you guys have got any materials that you want to send me to the channel's idea channel on Discord with regards to any of his content, chuck it in that channel, because I'm happy to watch it and react to it if it's popular. If you think it'll be worth watching, guys.
Also, yes, when I said Sodaz earlier, I meant Janovich. That's who I was thinking of. I just said the wrong name.
Damn you, Eddie, for understanding nuance and making decisions with real information. From Frankie. I know, right? Why does someone have to be sensible with the way they look at things?
How dare I not operate in binary?
I know. Why do you have really biased, unvalid views?
Hate or love, right in between.
Swiggy, for me, it was Voldemort. Voldemort's one that's come up quite a few times, actually, for me to actually watch. I haven't seen any of his stuff before anyone asks me.
Have you seen it, though?
I have not. Yeah, it's the one that you shared with me. I haven't watched any of it yet. But I've had a look at it, if that makes sense. I've got it on my list. I've got Voldemort.
Shit, there was something I was supposed to watch.
Yeah, there's Voldemort, and then there's there's the stuff that you and Sleet sent me the other day, which I know includes Voldemort, and then there's also Luton, West Hammer, Live from the Black Library. I'm forgetting some. I am forgetting some. I've got about 10 written down on a list, on a playlist thing on my saved on YouTube, so that I can eventually get around and watch it, because there's so many that have been suggested to me. Adeptus Ridiculous is another one. I can't remember all of them now. Why is it that in 40k people only ever have one bionic eye? I don't know. It's a good question. Voldemort has some excellent content, like Adeptus Sororitas videos.
I see you one bionic eye and raise you Skitari, where they remove your eyelids and then put lenses over your eyes so that you're constantly recording your visual information.
Which is always nice. I mentioned one to Chaplain JC here. Yes, I will definitely take a look at it. I need to add it to the list, the ever-growing list of videos that people keep suggesting to me to watch.
Oh, Russian Badger is a good shout-out. That one's actually reactionable.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Russian Badger also helped me get into Warhammer. Even Cole only has one. I was listening to Voldemort whilst assembling Orks last night. I think what it's going to come down to with the lore videos and reacting to them, I think you could probably split them into more than two categories. But I think from a YouTube point of view, there are two categories in the sense of when you look at Bricky's YouTube videos, or you look at the Astartes animation or the secret level animation, it's very engaging content. There are moments where you're absolutely hooked, You don't know what's going to happen next when it comes to the animations. Whereas with Bricky, it's it's loose, it's not too serious, it's funny, it's engaging. He's on the screen as well, so he's engaging with his audience. And I think that is probably category 1 with regards to the reaction videos, is trying to find a content creator that fits that category, because I don't think people would find me sat there listening to, say, Luton as very interesting. And that's taking nothing away from his content, because his content is absolutely fantastic. But I think with the way his dialogue is presented, it's not very engaging from a reaction point of view, if that makes sense. And I mean,
The
that
only
with
people that'll be interested are your hyper fans or the hyper fans of the subject material that he's talking about at that moment.
Exactly that. And that's, I mean that in the most like respectful way possible, because obviously he is one of the top content creators in lore space. I've listened to some of his stuff and I absolutely love the way he delivers his content. But I think from a reaction point of view, in terms of me being sat there like I have done with Bricky, and I'm like, holy shit, is that really something that happened? Or is that how they do this or how they do that? Or I'm laughing because of the way he's delivered a certain piece of content. You don't get that from Luton. No. Or like with the like Astartes animation, like I'm on the edge of my seat. You can see my face like noticeably reacting to the scenes. You're not going to get that from like a Luton or a other content creators. So I think it's a case of finding lore content that's more engaging, if that makes sense.
Which is challenging.
Family's
back. Be right back.
Oh, no worries. Because I think most lore tubers will they will narrate a script with images in the background. They don't tend to do it the way that Bricky's delivered it. So if you guys know of anyone that delivers super engaging, funny, on the edge of your seat, potentially sort of lore content, I'm all for it. Hence why I mentioned sending me some of your suggestions, because they're few and far between that hit that category. I know I've just rambled on for like 5 minutes there, guys. I do apologise. And the reason I want to do content like that is to make it more interesting for you guys. I don't want it to be something where you get bored of watching it, you know? Right, we are going to have to put some gold on this bad boy. What is the time? 10 to 9. Okay. We are going to put some bright gold down on counterpoints, the grey shame, and the grey shame and the YouTube list is growing. Yeah, everything is growing. Everything is growing. It never ends. I haven't actually bought. I think the last piece of Warhammer that I bought was, I was going to say Armageddon box set then, and I realised I bought those Dark Angel blind boxes the other day, didn't I? Yeah, a couple of weeks ago. Oh, look at all that in the lid. Oof. I wonder why that happens. Dun dun dun. Right, let me try and clean some of this up, because that is not good. Holy shit, the Discord blew up. How do you mean it blew up? What blew up? See, I'm looking at Discord now. You've absolutely trolled me. Well done, sir. Right, let's get some gold down on the model. Let's thin the gold out first. And let's get some gold on this puppy. Right, base coats. Just like all the other paints, we are going to have to probably stick down a couple of layers on this because I can see where I've accidentally gone over in some areas with the brown. As an example, I have, oh god, put my hand in gold paint now as well, which is clever. I can actually hear the Discord popping off like mad. Oh, you're supposed to watch a video for Lappy, now you feel bad. Oh, if you get time this evening, do it tonight. I'm sure she won't mind.
Well, I'm sorry. I hadn't checked the alerts in a while. I had like 14 new alerts on the fucking Discord channel.
Yeah, I just checked now and I can see like there's about 5 or 6 channels that have got notifications on them.
Okay, so it did blow up. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, when you said blow up, I was like, what?
Oh,
Those dang Discord
that's
notification sounds. Yeah, that's all I can hear in my ears. As you were gone then, Rambler says those dang Discord notification sounds. All I could hear is bloop, bloop, bloop. Like every 30 seconds. Right.
All right, I think that's the skin done.
For what now? What are you painting again, sorry?
Rattling guns.
No. Oh, yeah, you shared a picture, didn't you? Was it earlier or yesterday?
It was when I went to bed last night. That's
usually
what I do is when I finish for the day.
I'm a mod in a server. It never ends. Yeah, well...
I'm a mod in multiple servers. I feel your pain.
I am not a mod in any servers. So I don't know the pain that you guys go through. And this server, from a size point of view, is relatively small. I think we've got like 60, 65 people in the server. And I say probably about 20 of those are like regular messages and commenters on stuff. So, and we've got people from all over the world as well. So like I wake up in the morning and I have a whole bunch of messages, not necessarily to me, but notifications from various channels from people who are based over in the Americas. And then we've got loads of people based over in Asia as well as Europe. So
you can call us the colonies. It's okay.
I was actually being nice. I was being nice, but you said it, not me.
That's
I
true.
did.
You were being inclusive. You were including the
I was
Canadians.
being. You got to remember, I'm normally the sensible one. I'm normally the sensible one. Normally, not always. Not always. Sometimes it's like wrangling cats. Sometimes it's like kindergarten when people start going off. Now, look, I don't want to jinx it. And again, I think this is more down to the fact that the server is still relatively small. But we haven't had any of that so far. Firstly, we've been really lucky that we haven't had any dickheads on the channel or the Discord for that matter. And we haven't had any arguments either, really. Debates, yeah, we've had debates, but no arguments, which is quite nice. But I'm part of like 8 other servers, and I often sit there and see it all unfolding, people kicking off at each other for God knows what.
And that's why the eating popcorn meme became one of my favorites to use.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. There's the Michael Jackson one, isn't there? And then there's the other one of that guy, like he's like aggressively munching the popcorn but with a smile on his face, which is the one I like to use. Yeah, we've got people from all over too. I'm the rare EU side mods there. Consider me intrigued. I was in a 40k server once, but let's just say that me being a female fan became a bit of a problem there. Really?
So
we've got several female fans, if you want to call them fans, or hobbyists in our server and subscribers on the channel. It's never caused an issue our side. We're very inclusive.
I've always found the sexism in the Warhammer fandom hilarious, given how gender neutral the universe is.
Yeah.
So the fact that sexism exists in the fandom has always made me laugh. And so it's always been my headcanon that the missing 2 Primarchs are both female Primarchs.
Really?
And they were so good at their job that they made the other 18 just look like complete shit. And that's why they had to be removed from history, because it just made all the boys look bad.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So that's forever been my headcanon now, and it makes me laugh every time I see somebody going off about girls in the universe, and I'm just like, yeah, but the 2 strongest Primarchs, they're both women. Like, that's a fact of the universe. Like, this is the same universe that has transgender cat people, and like that's perfectly canonical.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, we're very inclusive, and Sleety says as well, if someone acts like a Charlie uniform, I will call it out, just FYI. Yeah, we don't. Well, yeah, that's fine. You know, we want people to call people out if they're going to be dickheads. Absolutely.
We'll even call them cunts if that's what they're being.
Yeah, if people want to try and spoil it for everyone else, then, you know, we're not going to just sit here and not do anything about it. 100%. You know, just because we've been really lucky that we haven't had to deal with anyone like that yet, it doesn't mean that it won't be dealt with if and when. And it is a case of when rather than if. When it does eventually happen, because we don't want it to be that one person or whatever to spoil it for everyone else. So Rambler says, yep, really, the big boys didn't like me being chatty. Maybe it was a rare thing. Oh, that's a shame. That is a real shame. Like I say, we've got several females in the Discord who contribute regularly. Lappy, for example, she's a channel member. She regularly contributes in the Discord. No one's got an issue with that at all. So there will be bad eggs in any internet community, Discord or otherwise. Yeah, absolutely. You can't. Unfortunately, you can't avoid it. It's how you deal with it that matters.
Sure you can. You don't start one. That's how you avoid it.
Yeah, there is that. There is that. I enjoy have some movies, shows spoiled. Oh, wrong type of spoiling. No worries.
God damn it, spoiler Al.
Sleety says, I won't call them that, as I'm sure they will not have the depth or capacity to give them pleasure. Yeah, again, yeah, sometimes doing that gives them the pleasure, doesn't it? Absolutely. I need to find this join server button then. Rambler, if you go on to my on my actual channel and then towards the top, I think if you click the more part on where the description is, there is a link to the Discord there. And it's absolutely free to join. Absolutely free.
You can tell he made it as easy as possible to access.
Yeah. Because I'm an idiot.
I just wanted to be shit.
No, you're right though. Realistically, I should have it in the description, shouldn't I? Just there we are. Click on it.
God damn it! I missed his ears.
Sleety, yeah, I need to get that set up. You're right. I do need to get that set up. The Discord call out thing. I have the thing saved as well on one of my tabs. It's a bot thingy. I can't remember what it's called now. It's like a streamer bot thing. I need to get it set up. I have 2 sodas. Okay, that's not set up. Yeah, don't know why. Making it easy as possible is a good choice. Yeah. I'll make sure that for the next stream and all future streams, I will have a Discord link in the description.
Counterpoint, though, by making it challenging, you keep out the illiterate.
There is that. Maybe it will...
If they're illiterate, how are they going to participate in Discord?
Another good point. Did you, Rambler, did you find the... Please tell me you found the Discord link.
I made him super self-conscious.
Please.
Please tell me you found it.
Somebody help this person immediately.
Bad timing to make me laugh there.
Aha, yes, Rambler has found it. Well done. You have solved the first problem.
You were officially intelligent enough to join us.
Exactly. Yeah, that makes you officially, like, properly part of the community now. Because you were able to figure out me being an absolute moron.
I realize now in retrospect that sounded really condescending, and I hope you know I didn't mean it that way.
Oh, I'd like to think that me and you were on the same page enough to not have to worry about that.
Oh, no, not you.
Oh, right, I was going to say.
I'm not worried about what you think of me.
Oh, I was going to say, come on. Come on.
Although, to be fair, I'm not really worried about what Rambler thinks of me either, but at the same time, it is important to make one's intentions clear.
Oh, Rambler's nickname isn't Rambler on the Discord either. What is ye old name on the old Discord? I have a soft spot for your flavour of morons. Well, in that case, you're going to fit right in. Oh, dear. You will do well around here. You will do very, very well.
We're some of the dumbest smart people you'll ever meet.
See? Work that oxymoron out. See? Eddie, how are you so good at painting? Don't ask him stuff like that.
Yes, feed me. Yes.
No.
Delicious.
I can't hear you, Eddie. You're breaking up.
Oh, that was so good down my tum-tum.
Oh.
Practicer. I'm entirely self-taught.
He's not. He's lying. He's lying. He's paid for many courses. He's shown me the receipts.
No, I haven't. I've been at this for roughly 8, almost 9 years. God, probably longer than that. I don't really know at this point.
Long enough.
That's why I make it such a point of trying to help everyone with their questions whenever I can. Because if I can help you avoid the myriad of mistakes that I've personally made, fantastic. And that's why I'll always preface everything by saying, I cannot teach you the right way to do things. I cannot teach you the easy way to do things. I can only teach you my way of doing things. Because I am entirely self-taught.
Yep. I have to say that the advice that he's given me to date as well, in terms of the way that my models or techniques have turned out, whilst obviously they're not perfect, and I'm by no means the finished article, and I'm not trying to preach here in any way, shape or form, but in terms of the way some of the stuff I've done has turned out off the back of Eddie's advice, it has turned out 10 times better than what it would have done had I have just thrown something together myself without listening. So the advice is well worth listening to. Or if you've got a question that you want something to help working something out, definitely ask. 100%.
I feel bad that I didn't watch that video for Lappy. I was supposed to do that last night. I completely forgot.
Oh, I'm sure she doesn't mind.
I just got to make it a point to get to that today so I can actually give her proper directed advice.
Yeah, I will be bending Eddie's ear with this model once I've got all the base layers down. When it comes to the next steps with regards to like the highlights and the washes and all the other bits and bobs that come with it, I'm sure Eddie will help me, as he has
I
done
just had
with
a
all my other
small
stuff.
moment of panic.
What do you mean?
I started painting the fur on my rats.
Mm.
And my scheme for my rats is yellow and black. But I'm putting down like a brown yellow right now on the fur. And I panicked and I was like, why am I putting yellow on the fur? Oh my god, it's their clothes that are yellow. What the hell am I doing? Why am I making all this extra work for myself? It's because all my gun operators are blonde rats. So I start with a brown and yellow, but I forgot about that for a moment and I just had a moment of panic.
Little lapse.
Yeah, of like, oh, what am I doing?
Who am I?
Okay, back to it. Anyways.
And on that note, comments. The old name is Murinet. I'm going to say Murinet. I am very dyslexic, and I'm 90% sure that I've got the pronunciation of your name wrong. So I massively apologise in advance. Feel free to correct me, but Murinet, unless Eddie's going to tell me otherwise, sounds nearly right. Sorry, linguist, it's not a Y, it's a thorn. Okay, on the shield for the 3 big gun boys, can't remember what they are called from the Armageddon box. Do I make them red, blue, or hazard stripes, as ultras don't have them often? The 3
hazard
big
stripes makes the least sense.
Oh, the Eradicators. Yeah,
is that what we're talking about?
I think it says the 3 big shield boys.
It didn't come with Blade Guard? I thought it came with 3 Blade Guard.
I think it came with 3 Eradicators and 5 Blade Guard and 10 Intercessors.
Well, either way, Hazard Stripes doesn't really make any sense for Ultramarines, so you're going to want to go either red or blue. From there, I don't think there's a canonical answer to your question, so I think it's a matter of personal preference. Blue would be the safer choice, red will be more visually striking, so...
Right, before I get onto this bit, which is super duper me going to be concentrating like an absolute fool with the way my face looks. Your Skaven look beautiful after chugging 2 sodas. I don't feel too good. I usually end up saying, I can't show you multiple techniques. I have no idea which one of those is best for you. Yeah, it's a good way for looking at it, Frankie. Absolutely. The scent of dinner cooking is torture. I keep making dashes, to the kitchen to flip and stir. You actually got more right than about 85%. Oh, there we are. That's not bad. That's not a bad little pronunciation. I'm proud of myself. Thank you very much. Always best to just go with you learning something. Yeah, if you're learning something every time you paint, then you can take it into the next session, next model, next project. Absolutely. Swiggy, chug some water, please. You'll feel a bit better. Yes, the guns with shields on them. Yeah, Eradicators. What I thought exactly. What is the primer you use, Eddie? Looks wonderful.
Army Painter War Paints Matte Black Air Primer. Perfect coverage. But yeah, I prime with an airbrush. So... Alright, Chappie is focused.
Yeah, I do apologise.
No, you're fine. I'm painting fur too. Well,
everyone is focused.
Fur, you get what I mean.
Never cross swords, guys. Never cross streams. That's what they say.
And I always counter with, how are you supposed to sword fight them?
I knew someone would say something. That's why I said it. I knew someone would.
Look, I am not shy about asserting dominance at the urinal, all right?
Oh yeah, giggity. Need someone to pat you on the back to force a burp. I need to get employed, earn some wages, and start some sororitas. This level of detailed painting is infectious to watch. You ain't seen nothing yet.
I love sisters.
I haven't thought about doing any of those, to be honest with you. Not for any reason. It's not that I dislike them. I just haven't looked into it. They do seem to be very popular, though.
I would never recommend them as someone's first army.
I ain't gonna have to touch up so much blue on this model, man. Jesus freaking Christ. Yeah, airbrush priming. This is the way. Frankie, I need to join This Is the Way. I do. I keep using a brush and a rattle can. I still need to invest in an airbrush. I really do. Inferno says, finished commissariat photos in the Discord. Nice. I will check those out after the stream has finished, as I don't want to rock the boat with a camera. Sleety says, I got that Mr. Colour 1500 stuff that seems to work well. And if I don't use a mask, makes you feel giddy. Nice. I get a bit like that if I do too much of a gluing session. At the moment, the Battle Sisters just does glass art, lamp working, melting glass, and annealing overnight in a kiln, beads and figurines.
Annealing.
Oh, well, what?
Annealing?
Annealing? Annealing.
Yes.
Not analing, definitely not analing, which is what I nearly said. They are very
which
different
is why
things.
I felt necessary to clarify for you.
They are very different things.
That says analgesic. The pills go in your mouth.
So this is not one of those channels. There is none of that. None of that. If that's what you've tuned in for, I'm sorry to disappoint you.
But no, blowing glass in general is amazing artwork. I love watching glass blowers. We have a huge community here for it.
Really?
It's cool watching all of that like happen and work, and just like the artisans and the craftsmen who work in that field are always some of the most down to earth people I've ever met.
Yeah,
there's a big community for it here.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Glass needs to cool slow or heat stress can crack. Like going on a canal. a canal weekend without the sea. Oh dear. Yeah, I gave myself that floaty to me extra thin feeling last night. Yeah, Frankie, it happened. I just used the I've still got the Games Workshop plastic glue, because I bought that not knowing what glue to buy when I first started Warhammer. It lasts for bloody ever. I don't even think I've used 20% of it, to be honest with you. But I do have Tamiya now. I do have Tamiya, but my missus won't let me touch it because she bought it for me, and now she's saying it's a Christmas present. So
I use super glue.
I've got 5 months to wait, which is, it's fine. It is what it is. It sucks, but it is what it is. I don't blow glass. I work with a table-mounted oxy-propane torch and glass rods about a finger's width.
Oh, that's cool.
That is actually really cool. Feel free to share some of your work.
I suppose glass blowing is a little bit bigger here because a lot of the paraphernalia that you buy across the country comes from our state.
Oh.
So glass blowing is really big here. So I see that a little more frequently.
Well, I can't say I've ever seen it here. Not that I've ever looked into it or anything. I'm sure there are communities, but in terms of like popularity and stuff, that's obviously a little bit different.
Yeah. And we get some beautiful artisans as a result, because it's just, like they all surround each other with each other, but it's just that's where my mind immediately went.
No, that makes sense. Saw someone using blue super glue, which is a very novel idea. Guessing it was so you don't get stuck to it. Potentially. If it's permitted... Sorry, go on.
I use super glue to compensate for my own incompetence, because I have had so many times where I've glued things together incorrectly that I need to be able to have the peace of mind that I can break it apart if I need to reglue it. And your
I need to
plastic
start doing
cements
that.
don't allow that. They melt pieces together, so you can't, once you've glued it together, that's it. It's no longer two parts, it's one part. And so that's why I personally use super glue, is to compensate for my own incompetence.
I will be soon, yeah. Yeah, I'll do it soon, okay? Okay, no worries. If it's permitted, I can just... Careful, I have made a lot of beads and things, sorry. Oh, no need to apologise. Yeah, that's what Discord's all about. There is a section on Discord which is like non-Warhammer related. So feel free to, pop any pictures and things like that in the in that channel. Everyone's really receptive to that kind of stuff, which is quite cool. Yeah, I think it's called Everything Not Warhammer.
Anything other than hobby. Okay.
Yeah, anything other than 40k.
I was like, do we have a general channel? I don't think we do, but yeah, no, apparently we do.
Right. Hey, don't you start barking. Right, I am going to have to wind down the stream in about 5 minutes. Unfortunately, because I've got to go and be a sensible adult with regards to sorting out my dog and a few other bits and pieces. So I'm going to give it another 5-10 minutes. Go through some of your chat. Outer Zone, how are we doing, my friend? Just seeing that you've turned up. I hope you're doing well. I really, really do. Thank you for coming along and showing your support. Just coming along to say... Hi, from the land of Carlsberg and Legos in Denmark. Oh, nice. Nice. I hope you're enjoying your vacation. I turn it into jewellery with silverware. Oh, cool. Cool. Blown glass paraphernalia isn't exactly on the high street. Usually have to go to more sketchy neighbourhoods. I actually have to work out how to make Admech figurine bead. Cool.
I can get it at Walmart.
Where are we? I wish I had a credit card with $350. Me too. Well, no, I do, but I'm not going to use it for Warhammer, which is what I'm assuming you would... What you're referring to. For TTRPG group friend. I used some UV resin the other day to fix drilling mistakes on a water tap. I fixed to the water bottom of the spray booth I got. Nice. Yeah, that spray booth looks pretty cool, actually. I've watched a video on it the other day. Because I'd have to have something set up at home, I think. To do some airbrushing.
Yes, you would.
So you could get your puppy a treat and you get a few Warhammer kits. Oh, I see. Oh, you're too kind, you are, Swiggy. There was me jumping the gun with regards to what I said with the credit card. A very, very thoughtful message indeed. Thank you very much. And Sleety, you're an absolute gentleman, my friend. Thank you very much for a super chat this evening. Spoil the dog. As soon as I finish the stream in the next few minutes, I will make sure to grab Bo a lovely treat. I've got to take her out for a quick walk so that she can have a pee. I'm sure you guys want to know all the details before she goes to sleep. And then we're going to give her a quick shower as well, because she's a bit smelly at the moment. So she's going to get spoilt over the next half an hour, 40 minutes before we all go to bed. Because unfortunately, I've got to get up for work in the morning, which sucks, but it is what it is. So on that note, guys.
Vacation's over.
Yeah, last week I had mine. I've got another couple of days booked off towards the end of August. And then I've got like 5 more days of annual leave left to use for the rest of the year, which I'm saving for the last quarter. Book some time off. But on that note, guys, I just want to say massive thank you to everyone who has come along this evening and shown their support. If you haven't liked the stream already, I'd be very grateful if you did. If you're new around here, feel free to subscribe. It's absolutely free. And if you want to join the Discord, which is absolutely free as well, there is a link on the YouTube profile. If you want to support the channel beyond liking, subscribing and watching, there are memberships available. Have a check of those out too. But like I say, really do appreciate everyone coming along this evening. Whether you've watched for 5 minutes or the whole 2 hours, massively appreciate it. Hope everyone enjoys the rest of their Wednesday afternoons or evenings, depending on where you are in the world. So thank you very much for coming along. I'll be streaming again over the weekend, most likely on Saturday, like we usually do. Always subject to change. Could be on the Friday instead. Very much depends. So keep an eye out on the Discord. Keep an eye out on the channel. But I will be streaming again over the weekend. Like I say, thank you very much for coming along. It is much appreciated. And all of you guys enjoy the rest of your day. So take care, stay safe, and keep on painting. Thank you very much.
Have a good night, everybody.